In today's video I'm going to install puddle lights, or I guess exit lights, to the front doors of my Mercedes Sprinter. These are the lights that go underneath the front doors and they illuminate whatever you will be stepping into when you exit the van. And as far as I know, at least at the time of posting this video in early August 2025, it is the first and therefore only video that shows the OEM installation of these lights in all of YouTube. So really an exclusive. Oh, before we start, a little disclaimer. While the hardware installation is very straightforward and for sure a DIY project, these lights also need to be enabled in the software of the van, and that most likely will require a trip to the Mercedes dealer. Even if you have the tools to access control modules and change variant codings, the internet at this stage does not know what needs to be changed to make these lights work. There's a lengthy thread over at Sprinter Source where this very topic is being discussed, and there's no conclusion yet. So when I dropped the van off for its latest service at my local Mercedes dealer, I just asked them to add option LB9, that's the internal code for these lights, to my data card. They did that, and then they plugged in their master programming tool, and now because the Mercedes mothership knows that my van has these lights, it updated all those control modules to the right settings and those lights started working. First of all, here are all the parts you need for an OEM retrofit. Of course, the light itself. This is the one that plugs into the bottom of the door. Then this cable, it comes with this blue plug and with this black one, and the black one is the one that plugs into the light. Then you need this blue one, which is the opposite of this blue one. Then you need another blue one, this one here with 12 connectors. And more on that later, you might not need that one. That is a little tricky to explain. And then you need 4 of these tiny little pins here. And then, and this is not an OEM Mercedes part, just any length of about 12 inches of standard 20 gauge wire. This wire is what goes in between this plug here and this one. So this is what connects these two.
And for reference, here are all the part numbers with their quantities for one door.
I made a little mock-up to show you how everything goes together. This is the workbench version of my Sprinter. This is the front passenger door. And well, it has this little trim piece, the door panel on the inside. This is where the door handle release is and where all the switches for the windows are. So this panel needs to be removed. And I show you later in the video how this can be done relatively easily. Then behind that panel in the metal part of the door is the door control module. And depending on what options your van comes with, it has several cables already plugged into it. However, the door light is installed in the other part, in the door panel. There is a cutout at the bottom of the panel where the light just plugs into. And then the cable of the light, well, let me show you with the actual light, like this one. This is the light that plugs into the bottom of the panel. And then this cable with the black connector connects to the light and is then routed upwards inside of the door panel, and this clip clips into an existing hole in the door panel. And then with this extra cable and these tiny little pins, a new cable or a new harness is made between this plug here and this plug here. And then this one, this 12-pin plug, plugs into the door control module. And then the other side connects from the control module to this one here in the door. So with this, basically you are creating a non-permanent connection. Every time you want to remove the door panel, you can just unplug this one right here from the control module and remove the panel.
And pin 3 of the 12-pin connector needs to be connected to pin 1 of the 2-pin connector, and 4 goes to 2.
So here's the thing with this 12-pin connector, the one that goes into position 6 of the control module. You might not even need it. Well, you do need it, but you might already have it. So this connector is where the door lights connect to pin 3 and 4. But it is also the connector that heated seats connect to, or power seats, or both really. So if your van is already equipped with either heated seats or power seats or both, then you will already have this connector for position number 6. You don't need to buy it. All you need to buy is the 2 additional pins to feed into the existing connector. However, if your van does not have heated seats or power seats, then you do need to buy the connector, because that position in the control module will be empty. And with that, let's do the installation. Taking the door panel off is relatively easy. I'm doing it on the driver's side door. There are 5 screws in total, and then 3 external clips and a bunch of internal ones. 1 screw is behind this clip here. This is a T25. Another T25 is behind the clip inside of the door handle here. Oh, clip. And the screw. And then there are 2 more T25s here down in this panel, and they are not covered with any clip. And the last screw is behind the door release. So there's a little trim clip thing that needs to be taken out. This is it. And this one is a T20, not a 25. Wow, mosquitoes. Pfui. And then there are 3 clips at the very bottom of the door. And they look like Phillips head screws, but they are not. They are clips. They sit in something that looks like a washer. So what you need to do is put, like, ideally a trim removal tool, but maybe a flathead screwdriver would work as well. Put that behind the screw head and this washer thing. And then pull the screw forward, and then you can pull out the entire clip. This is how it would look like. So you pull the screw out of the clip, and then you can pull the clip out of the hole. Now the door panel can be unclipped. There's still a bunch of clips that is holding it in place. So you just need a little brute force and pry it off those clips. Also, the door pin needs to be unclipped. It just pushes towards the window. Oops. Okay. Just don't be too gentle. Well, that's it. Once all the clips are unclipped, it will not immediately fall out because, well, there are still some tabs at the bottom that it sits in. Also, it is held in place by the door release cable that needs to be unclipped, and also by all the electrical connections going to the various switches. The most tricky one to release is the door release cable. It sits in this plastic white thing. It's kind of hard to describe and nearly impossible to film, but once you see it in person, it kind of makes sense on how to remove it. So this white clip needs to be rotated a little bit so it no longer presses down on this one, and then it can be just unclipped. And then of course all the electric connections need to be
unclipped. And depending on what options you have in your van, you might have a bunch. Well, and with that, the whole panel can be lifted away. For reference, here are all those orange clips that hold the door in place. There are 13 of them. I hope I counted correctly. So here's the existing cutout. You don't need to make this cut, the door should already have it. And this is where the light clips in. It can only go in one way, so that's it. And the door panel has a bunch of these clips molded in place. You can almost trace them up and all the way to over here. And this is how the cable, or where the cable needs to clip in. I started at the top. So that just goes in here. And then I just follow these clips and route the cable to the light. Click. And then over at the door side, this is connector number 6. And this is where this new harness that I made with this number 6 connector plugs in. And again, if you have a van with power seats or heated seats, you will already have this connector. So what you have to do then is remove it and then just insert those 2 wires into pin number 3 and 4 and then just plug it back. It clips right in. And for reference, this is the part number of my door control module. And that is it. Now I can put the panel back in place. Hang it into the bottom here. And then I need to connect, well, I guess I connect this door release wire first. And then I have to make all the electric connections with the speaker. And by the way, all these plugs are keyed. They will not, or they will only fit into the correct socket. You cannot really mess this up. By the way, you might be tempted to test if you put everything back together correctly. And if you try to push down the door pin, it will not work. So you might think you messed something up, but you didn't, or maybe you did, but this is not it, right? The door pin cannot be pushed down when the door is open. So that is a feature of the van, just one you might have not noticed before. And by the way, the lights themselves, these ones here, they are from an old S-Class, from the W221 series, which is the S-Class from like 2 generations ago. And that means there's a huge aftermarket for these things. You can buy them on eBay or Amazon or anywhere else, right? And they come with like a projector lens. And this one here, for example, this kind of shines the Mercedes star to the bottom. So this looks really cool, and there's other shapes available, like from Batman to the logo of your favorite football team. So there's a huge variety. If you want to personalize your van, this is the way to go. It is super easy to replace them. You just pop the old one out. And plug the new one in. And if you are worried that these lights are too bright and they kind of ruin your stealth camping trip, well, fear not. Because the lights, the door lights, are paired with the interior dome light, and if that light is switched off with the button up there, then the lights in the doors are also switched off. But of course I didn't put them in to have them turned off, so here's how they work. This is the driver's side with the original Mercedes light. And here's the passenger side where I put one of the projector lights in.
So overall it was an easy and relatively cheap project with a little bit of help from my local Mercedes dealer, and it added something to my van that most other vans here in the US don't have. Well, and that's all I had for today. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.